Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, welcome to Bantu Heritage, the channel which brings you everything you want to know about our heritage. Right, today I'm having a walk in my local area. I'm in Birmingham, United Kingdom. Yeah, I'm not in the forest or in the rural Britain. I'm in the middle of Solihull, one of the borough councils in Birmingham. This is how they conserve nature. Just create these forests within the residential areas. Today is a day after the country went for general elections. Yesterday, it was general elections. So the people of Britain have elected a new government. The Labour government has swept to victory by a landslide margin, and the Conservatives who have been in power since 2014, they've been, not 2014, but they've been in power for 14 good years from today. So yeah, so they've been bashed. People have been complaining a lot about the way the government was behaving. People felt they were taking the government as their personal property. Yeah, so people felt, well, it's time for a change. So Labour have swept in to power with Sir Keir Starmer as the new Prime Minister. As we speak, he is already on the throne. He has been given a mandate by the British people to govern. Yeah, he got with 2 seats remaining to declare. Labour had 412 seats out of the 650 parliamentary seats in the British Parliament. So that's a really landslide. So Labour came second with, I think, 121 seats, thereabout. And then another party called the Liberal Democrats, they garnered about 71, and then the other parties got the share. Even in Scotland, Scottish Labour is also swept to power, defeating the Scottish National Party, which has been the majority in the Scottish Parliament. So yeah, that is that. But what impressed me, or what impresses me with the British elections, is they don't have separate elections for Parliament and then for Prime Minister. The party with the majority will provide the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister has to be a member of Parliament. Meaning, for you to be Prime Minister in Britain, you have to win a constituency and then be the leader of your party and then be the Prime Minister. So there is no separate vote for Prime Minister and then another separate vote for the MPs. So that's how it works here. So yesterday, after declaring the votes today, 60% of the electorate cast their votes. 60%. I think by 2022, as of 2022, the statistics show us that we had 46 million voters in United Kingdom, meaning 60%. We are talking about 27 million people who did cast their votes yesterday. The polls opened at 7 in the morning yesterday without any glitch. After opening, the votes continued until 10 p.m. That's when the polls closed. So yeah, after polls closed, counting started. So yeah, after 10 p.m., counting started promptly. So what they do, the elections are counted at the constituency center. They don't have an electoral commission. At every constituency, that's where the votes are counted for that particular constituency and declared there. So all contestants gather on the counting center. All polling stations, they do ferry their ballot boxes to the counting center of the constituency. And then they are counted there. After being counted, they are declared there after everyone is checked. So the system is quite flawless, quick, and they even compete to see which constituency declares their votes first, who is quick to count. So, yeah. So by 4:45 this morning, 4:45 to be precise, the then Prime Minister Rishi Sunak from the Conservatives gave his speech. He won his seat in Yorkshire, West Yorkshire, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. That's where he's MP in the north of England. So he went there, he won his seat, and then he gave his speech. Whenever they declare the winner, give a brief speech, and maybe the second runner-up also give a brief speech. So the then Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, he was Prime Minister then. He gave his brief speech, apologized to the country, apologized to his party for the dismal performance, and then he flew from there into London, and then went to Downing Street, which is the residential place for the sitting Prime Minister in Britain. At Downing Street, he then gave a speech, or his farewell speech, which was very, very, very short. And then he apologized to the nation, he apologized to his party. Yeah, you could see that he was quite subdued, but I liked the democracy, because he came out with his wife in front of cameras, in front of everyone. After that, he then went into the Prime Ministerial car. He went, drove a short distance to the king, to the palace. The ritual now is when you go there, you then resign as a Prime Minister in front of the king, because the king is the head of state. After that, now you leave. You are now Honorable Sunak. You are no longer an MP. You are no longer a Prime Minister. It ends there. That's how democratic it is. As cruel as it seems to be, but that's the system which they have agreed. That's how it will work. So that's the democracy. So after leaving, the guy now who is the incoming Prime Minister will then arrive at Buckingham Palace after the other Prime Minister has left. Then he goes there, he's welcomed by the Prime Minister, by the King. They do their ritual chat, and then the tradition is then the King will, as head of government, will then ask the winner to go and form an administrative government or a government. Then the time that guy comes out of the meeting with the King, he is Prime Minister. Then he goes to Downing Street, give his inaugural speech outside Downing Street, number 10 Downing Street gate. So that process has already been completed. As we speak now, this afternoon, the new Prime Minister is now busy electing his or naming his cabinet. So imagine the polls closed at 10 p.m. last night. And then before 24 hours, was from 10, as I'm saying, 4:45, the results were known. The Prime Minister had conceded defeat. The process has been done. The new Prime Minister is in place. In that short time, imagine counting 28 million votes, 650 constituencies, but everything is done within hours. So for me, I'm saying, if we are using a voting system in our countries, like I'm from Zimbabwe, why can't we also emulate or copy the way they do it and see how best we can also expeditiously do our elections in the same manner, because this is something to emulate. We might not agree with them, but the system, it works. But with where we come from, we need the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, or elections, after counting, they have to go through ZEC, they have to verify. For me, it's just a matter of finding ways to rig. Why delay 4 million voters, taking 4 or 5 days to count? What exactly are we counting? And yet, in our country, like in Zimbabwe, votes are counted at the polling station. They are supposed to be ferried to the constituent center. Then the presiding officer who is there should declare, because everyone is there. He should just send to ZEC figures or numbers after declaring, and then just have a spreadsheet, an Excel spreadsheet, whereby you add, in this constituency, so and so has got so much, so one is the MP. Then we can also add the presidential count. Why delay the presidential count? If in a particular constituency the president gets 10,000, the other one gets 4,000, the other one gets, we just take those and then add the next constituency. We don't need to wait to say we want to collate them all. That's where all our rigging takes place, unfortunately. But it can be done if we want to do our things fairly. Some will argue, oh, that's Western democracy. But if we choose to do it, if that is what is in our constitution, let's do what is in our constitution. If it is not working for us, let's change and put a system which works for us. But as long as we're using that system, why do we then manipulate the system? That's the problem. Our politics, back most of the majority of African countries, is politics of the stomach. We don't go there to serve. We go there to make money. Anyway, that is that. So we have a new prime minister who is coming in. So I'm now enjoying my walk in this nice little bushy area. I'll turn the camera as I do the walking. I hope we are enjoying the scenery. This is a conserved area in the middle of a residential area. Can you imagine? The other side is Kingshurst. The other side is, I think it's Ward End, not Ward End. The other side is, this is Kingshurst. The other side, there's a park and a river. But this place is in the middle of a residential area. So walk with me until I get out of the clearing when I go into the houses. But enjoy the scenery. There's a small stream here. At the moment, it's dry. Yeah. It's dry at the moment. Because it rains in winter here. That's when it rains. At the moment, it's dry. Yes, this is Bantu Heritage. Subscribe to the channel. Press the like button. Share. Comment. And suggest what you want me to show on this channel. But as you can see, this is good. This has to be emulated. Looking after our environment. Our environment, our heritage. Our heritage is our world. Our world is our heritage. So we are stewards. Let's look after the environment. Let's look after Mother Nature. So that's it, guys, for today. I will not make this clip long, but I hope you have enjoyed, and I have spoken to you about the elections which we have just gone through in the United Kingdom. So yes, I hope you are going to enjoy your day wherever you are. Subscribe to the channel, share, and like it. Thank you very much.